Hey folks, Globku here with some kind of an update to Attack on Titan 2, which has recently revealed its multiplayer component. We're gonna try to break down what this game mode is all about, see if it's any good, if it's promising or not, but judging from the title of this video, which I guess you guys have seen already, it sounds a little bit disappointing. Let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about the facts. What are they announcing? They're announcing a multiplayer mode called
Annihilation Mode.
Annihilation Mode is a 4v4 team battle, and that got me really excited until I noticed that, oh, it's two teams of humans and not like Titans versus humans or anything of the sort. And no, you are not fighting against the humans, you are two teams of humans fighting against the Titans, competing for points. The team who scores the most points wins the round or the match or whatever. The screenshots on the website show the point system. It shows the 4 players on the left and the 4 players on the right, and that's pretty much the entire game mode. You deal damage to the Titans. I do believe that you get points from dealing damage to the Titans and not from killing them, although killing them does give you some extra points, but it would be very crappy if you dealt all the damage to a Titan and then the other team comes and kill steals it. The multiplayer mode would just become about kill stealing all the time. You seem to get more points if you slay the Titans after destroying each body part, so you know how in the previous Attack on Titan game you could slay up the arms, the legs before you actually went for the nape. That system is still present in Attack on Titan 2, and in this multiplayer mode you are rewarded for taking care of the limbs before taking care of the nape, which is something that I never really liked in that game, because in my personal opinion you are an awesome Titan slayer if you can just kill a Titan with one blow. That doesn't spend your blades as much, that doesn't spend as much gas flying all around the Titan. In the show it seems like you're the best Titan slayer if you can just kill them in one hit and not wear them down with arms and legs slashes before even going for the nape. So the game is kind of rewarding something that I don't really appreciate here, but to reiterate the point that I make all the time, it is a video game. It doesn't have to represent the anime 100%. If that makes for fun gameplay, for better gameplay, then go ahead and change stuff as you will. There's a couple of other mechanics listed on the site. For instance, chain bonus. If you coordinate with your team when taking down a Titan, you get awarded extra points. This is probably to prevent players from just going off on their own and slaying all the Titans by themselves, because if you coordinate as a team, you get this chain bonus, which gives your team even more points for slaying a single Titan. That might be a little bit limiting as far as strategies go, because if you have a team of 4 players who know what they're doing, maybe the best strategy would be to split off and each one slays their Titan. That way you get more points because you slayed more Titans. But this chain bonus is actually rewarding teams that stick together and work on the same Titan, one at a time. And you could argue that's something that also goes against the spirit of the show, because ideally you want to clear the town of all the Titans as fast as possible, and the best way to do that is to have a team of elite players who can just kill Titans in one hit. But because the Titans are supposed to be so dangerous, I think this actually represents the show pretty well. It encourages you to stay as a team, to support each other, because you don't want to lose any team members to the Titan's wrath. And there's one last system they've shared on the website, which is the final minute of each match gives you double points. So the last minute, a team that was behind can come back if they do really well in those final 60 seconds. So the final minute of each match is going to be the most important. It's going to be the most intense. Every team is going to try to be getting the most points in the final 60 seconds. And then at the bottom, you also see a lobby system where you can hang out with other players and do emotes. We've seen these types of lobbies before. It's not really something new, but hey, there's a lobby if you guys are into that. And now that you know what this game mode is all about, why do I think it's disappointing? I also actually think it's quite surprising in a positive way, maybe? Let's break it down. When I heard that Attack on Titan 2 was getting multiplayer, I was very, very surprised. Surprised by the fact that they were even doing competitive multiplayer at all. They seem to be adding so much to Attack on Titan 2 compared to the first game that adding multiplayer now just seems like a great bonus. It just feels superfluous. Like, they've already sold me on this game, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one. I liked it, but it had so many problems that I wasn't too sure that I wanted the second game. But after seeing all the systems they're putting into this one, I was already sold on Attack on Titan 2, and now they even add multiplayer? That came out as a big surprise to me, because it feels like they're going above and beyond. But what's the first thing when you think about Attack on Titan multiplayer? You think about humans slaying the Titans. If you've played the fan-made games, you probably think about Fang's Attack on Titan multiplayer. A game mode where there's a team of humans and there's a team of Titans, and Attack on on Titan 2 has some playable Titans already. I thought this was an easy fit. I thought this was an easy slam dunk. Just give me a team of Titans, play against a team of players. There's a game mode, have fun. And you know, just because Fang made it on his fan-made Attack on Titan game doesn't mean that the quality of that game is up to Koei Tecmo and Omega Force's standards. In fact, it's lacking so much polish, they wouldn't just put out something like this, obviously. But the concept is kind of there, and after playing as humans versus Titans in a fan-made game, it's disappointing to see that this developer that has the official license can't do something similar. And ultimately, that's what disappointed me about the announcement of Annihilation mode, because the game mode itself doesn't seem that interesting, to be honest. 2 teams of 4 players each trying to get the most points? I'm not feeling a lot of Attack on Titan on this. Humans are fighting for their survival. They're not killing Titans to score points. They're not even keeping score, most of them. A lot of soldiers are happy if they kill 1 Titan in their entire career. Others are just happy they haven't died yet. So this going out as a team and killing Titans for points just feels so out of place. And again, if I think they're going above and beyond by adding multiplayer to a game that has already a lot of improvements, on the other hand, it also feels a little bit superfluous. It feels like we've gone back to the times where every single player game needed to have multiplayer. It made a lot of those multiplayer experiences feel superfluous and most people just ignore them. And in a way, it feels like it won't harm the players that just wanted to play the story and the scout missions, because they can just ignore the multiplayer, right? But the reality of it is that resources and development time was spent developing this multiplayer mode that could be put into the single player experience. And I just hope the final game doesn't suffer for that. I honestly don't believe this game mode will have a lot of future. I don't think this type of multiplayer match is why people come into Attack on Titan. I do think there will be a small fan base that will love this game mode and will try to keep it alive, but I don't think that's going to be big enough to keep it alive for a very long time. I think this game mode is gonna just die very soon after the game comes out. That's only a prediction, of course. I hope it comes out and it just exceeds all expectation and it's amazingly fun to play. That's always my hope for every upcoming video game. I hope it's as good as it can be. It just doesn't sound very promising. Now, competitive multiplayer wasn't the only thing that was announced. Cooperative multiplayer was also announced. You can play story mode and the scout missions with your friends. I believe this will be 4-player co-op because from the screenshots we also see 4-player portraits, and that sounds extremely promising. I do want to play through story mode with some buddies. That sounds like a lot more fun than just going through those missions solo, but then again, everything is more fun with friends. And now that I've given you the information we know about the multiplayer mode, the Annihilation mode, and also given you my opinion, I would also love to hear yours. Do you agree that this is kind of a disappointment and doesn't really fit with Attack on Titan, or do you see the potential in this game mode? Feel free to agree or disagree with me in the comments down below. I'll always love reading your opinions on these types of topics when it comes to anime games. If you want to learn more about Attack on Titan 2, the Titans just keep getting better. Here are some of the new features for the Titans. Click the video up here to learn about all of them. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.